going to dive right into it, talking about faith and believing in something bigger than yourself. Who better to talk about that with than Adrian Tracy? Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So I think all of our journeys start somewhere around the age of a child. And where did yours all begin?
My journey began when I was extremely young, probably about 6 or 7. Always knew I wanted to be a professional athlete, just didn't know what. And coupled with that, I was always born in the church. My mom was a Christian, and she brought me up from when I was super young with Bible study, Wednesday night prayer service, vacation Bible school. So church has always been a big part of my life from being super young.
And did you ever try to stray away from that? Like, I know in my teens, I was born and raised Christian too. And you start to form your own beliefs and your values, and anything that you're taught from your parents, it's like, bye.
Right. I mean, I think that's part of your process of growing and maturing. Unfortunately, I did stray away from the path of things that I knew to be true and I knew to be right. But I feel like if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have a great appreciation for where I'm at right now, which is knowing without a shadow of a doubt that, you know, God is real, and that, you know, my faith in what I was taught when I was super young was true. And so I needed to kind of go back to my roots, so to speak, and start from there again.
And you're really good about including everyone in the conversation about faith, especially on social media, through your Instagram, and that's how we connected.
Yes, yeah.
What have been some of the things that people reach out to you about?
The biggest thing that I've gotten is that, you know, what I've been saying has been received well. And that was my biggest prayer, is that, you know, I know that I have people that believe and I know I have people who don't. But my thing is that I don't want people to think that I'm passing judgment, because I was exactly in the same position they were, for those that don't believe. And then the thing is that, you know, I just want to preach absolute truth. Anything that I can get out there that's positive, that is motivating, is uplifting, is inspiring, that's what I want to do. And I think that people who believe and people who don't believe can relate to positivity. And that's my biggest thing.
No, for sure. And I know a really big part of my journey was reading a book called The 10 Commandments, and it was by Ken Baker, and his journey finding faith through all the different religions. He touched on Scientology, which is insanity, Buddhism, Christianity, and the common denominator is believing in something bigger than yourself. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think that we all believe in something. And even if you don't believe in anything, that's what you don't believe in, nothing. So everybody in turn believes in something. And I think equating something to being bigger than yourself, like I said, if you don't believe, you got to believe in something bigger than yourself. Like singleness and then working with a team, you know that you can accomplish more with a team than you can by yourself. That's what I believe as far as my faith. If I'm walking in and of my own strength, I can accomplish certain things, but if I tap into that higher being, God, and I rely on Him for my source of strength and my source of power, then I can achieve a lot more than I could just in and of myself. So that's one of my biggest things that I preach, is that, you know, there's a higher power, and I believe that it's to be God. And when I rely on Him, I'm able to accomplish a lot more than if I just rely on my own human strength.
And how do you tap into that both on and off the field?
I think the biggest thing is building a relationship. And I liken this to, like, if you're dating somebody, if you're interested in somebody, you're going to put forth the time and effort. So if I'm interested in you and we go to school together, then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to walk you to class, I'm going to find out what your favorite color is, your favorite food. You know, once we exchange numbers, you know when you're free. You're done with your homework, let's talk on the phone. But I'm putting forth effort, and I'm showing you that I want to develop a relationship with you. I'm interested in getting to know you. My walk with Christ has been no different. When I put forth that effort and I've been sitting down and I've been reading my word, you know, I've been praying, or I've been in fellowship, and I've been talking around other people who believe, that's me showing Him that I'm interested and I'm committed in this relationship, and I want to learn more. But there was times that I've kind of reached my worldly success as far as being in the NFL and with the New York Giants and playing the Super Bowl, in which my relationship with God didn't get nurtured. And it was very evident in what happened next as far as me being released from the New York Giants. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I wasn't investing my time and effort where it needed to be. And I was out doing things that satisfied myself, money, cars, shoes, clothes, anything that you can imagine as far as that goes. And so He had to kind of break me down, you know, bring me down to ground level, and I had to restart and build up again. So
sometimes that's all you need. You have to kind of hit rock bottom, so to speak, in order to build yourself back up.
Exactly.
And that's where you learn the most about yourself and life. So what have you learned about yourself through those times?
I've learned that I'm a very resilient individual, that I'm strong, that I need help, that it's not a bad thing to ask for help. I'm a man, I'm a type A person, and a lot of the things that I've been able to accomplish, I feel like I've accomplished on my own. I didn't need help. so to speak. But I did. And I'm starting to realize as I've grown and I've matured that, asking for help and not struggling through and trying to make ends meet on your own, that's a sign of maturity, and that's a sign of you being someone who's using wisdom. Because if I have something that you need and you don't have it, it makes sense for you to ask me as opposed to you trying to figure out how to do it on your own. And so that's something that I think is just a small piece, but it's just a big part of the puzzle that will help people along the way. Like, asking for help, there's nothing wrong with that. If I would have done that sooner, I think I would be in a better place than I am now. Not that I'm happy with where I'm at, because I'm very happy with my growth. But hindsight is always 20/20, right?
No, for sure. And I think one of your greatest resources would be the Bible, and there's different versions of it. So I'm curious to hear which version you read and look at, and how that's helped you.
Okay, so there is a lot of discrepancies as far as the different versions of the Bible. The one that I go to is King James Version. It's got a lot of Old English in there. But I think the biggest thing as far as picking out which version is right for you is just asking for discernment, because people learn differently. So if you're somebody who can learn and you like things that are cut dry, straight to the point, and you want to read without having it say, one of those weird old, ye shalleth inheriteth, and you get lost in the words. I don't want to ever get lost in the words. I want to always make sure that the meaning and the purpose behind the words is there. So specific versions for me personally, I'm not like, this is the one and that's the one. But you just gotta ask for discernment. Like, God, I'm trying to learn about you. I'm trying to figure out what it is that I need to know. Which book and which version is gonna help me do that the best. And I think if you do that and you do it on a consistent basis, the books actually start to speak to you.
And it's like anything in life. We all have different ways to see things.
Exactly.
And it depends on your personal experience. Now, I think the community feel of Hamilton is huge. How has that played a part in your faith journey?
Oh, Hamilton's been a monster as far as my faith and building it back up in the right direction. When I came here, I was in a bad place. I just got released from my second NFL team, and I felt like I should have been on that team without a shadow of a doubt, but God had a different plan, and He brought me here. Now, I'm not going to lie, when I first Googled images Hamilton, I got great images. I got Burlington, I got down by the water, I got at nighttime looking over. So it looked nice, and it reminded me a little bit of where I grew up at, so I was excited. Now, fast forward to when I got off the plane, and we're driving through East End and the steel mills, and I'm looking at rundown houses and boards up on windows, and I'm like, hold on, this isn't what I Googled. But it was a process, right? And I think God was trying to show me is that, what you see on the outside isn't exactly what this town has. And what I realized is that the people here are genuine, they're authentic, they're real. And at a point where I needed that, I needed some bounce back, somebody to kind of support and build me up, the Hamilton community did that. It started off with the Tie Cats, which is the reason why I'm here, but it definitely spread out into this area, specifically Lock Street, which is why I'm glad we're here, because my first sit-down eat spot was Earth to Table Bread Bar.
Oh, right on.
And that's when I sat down and kind of had my first one-on-one talk with God as far as being in a new place. And even though I wasn't happy with what I saw, my spirit was at peace and I was calm. So I knew this was the right place for me. And to be honest, my most growth outside of me being a young kid spiritually has been here. So Hamilton definitely holds a special place in my heart.
And it's done a lot of growing in the last
it
10
has.
years.
In the last, I've only been here for 3. And from what I've seen moving here and making this my second home to where we are right now, it's been leaps and bounds ahead of what I thought it could be. So,
for sure. And what's next for you?
What's next for me? Well, we have the season coming up. Definitely excited about that. Start training camp here shortly. And I just want to make sure that I continue to do what it is that God called me to do. I realize that football is kind of what I do, not who I am, and that it's given me a platform and that my purpose is to spread this good word, And I've been able to use Instagram for a little bit, and I've been able to use my platform as far as speaking to kids in schools a little bit, but I want to take it mainstream. I want to be a little bit bigger than that and see how many more lives I can impact for the kingdom. And, whatever way He wants me to do that, whether it still be through football, whether it be through sit-downs with yourself, through some of my other outlets. I love food, so if there's any way I can do something with that, I love fashion. Anything I can do with that would be great. But anything that, like I said, shines the light to where it needs to be as far as God and what He can do for each and every one of us, I want Him to do that.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's clearly working.
Man, I appreciate it.
No, Thank you so much for doing this again. And thank you guys for watching this, all for this edition of Sav Meets World. But make sure to reach out to me on social media at Saverina TV. Use the hashtag Sav Meets World. I want to hear what you have to say, whether you agree or disagree. Let's all have a conversation. Let's not let it be one-sided, sound off. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.